Welcome in. Good to be back with you here in the Clark Ford Studio. Blue Sky Live today. Ole Miss beginning fall camp, preseason camp. I'll get there. I don't know. We're just getting back into the routine a little bit. Preseason camp.
Preseason camp. I was outside running this morning. It is not fall.
You're sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. A little warm, a little humid.
It is not. Outside. It is not fall.
I think it was actually hotter here than it was in Florida last week. I think it was close. I think it might have.
There's a dome of hot air over this part of the country.
A dome?
I've heard that conversation.
Oh, that's
yesterday.
Like a term?
It's like a literal thing.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So camp here. Players report today. First media opportunity. 2 of them tomorrow. Got some practice access in the morning. I do not know how long that is lasting. And then Kiffin and players tomorrow afternoon. So content to you at 24/7 Sports.
I think you have a pretty good idea of what you'll see. You'll see some endo.
And I'll see some stretching.
You'll see some stretching.
Might see some 7-on-7 a little bit.
We'll see 7-on-7. You'll see
skill guys. Like
you'll
a
see
little bit of
skill 7 on air.
Yeah, right. Oh, good point. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see 7 versus no one.
Correct.
And then you'll see some more individual drills, and then you'll get out of there.
Yeah. And then we'll come back, we'll talk to Lane and some players, and we'll go from there.
That's how that works.
Got a big week coming. Neal joining at 24/7 Sports toward the end of the week. Remember, probably get some codes and whatnot, so you can follow along there again at a lot of different URLs. We'll have more of those to you toward the end of the week. But the Ole Miss 24/7 Sports site, as that is coming in a few days. Before we get into all that, tell you about Blue Sky locations all over the state of Mississippi, up and down I-55, throughout North Mississippi, down at the epicenter in Macomb. Also, Sweet Daddy's locations at most of those stops. They do catering, they do lunch specials. Take care of any size group you have there for them. Call ahead. They'll have everything wrapped up, ready to go. Side items, vegetables, desserts, main courses, barbecue. A lot of options for you there at Blue Sky and Sweet Daddy's. And again, we're in the Clark Ford studio.
We are. Clark Ford is in Amory, Mississippi, 662-257-1900. Call that number. Ask for my friend Corey Clark. Talked to Corey just yesterday. Tell Corey and people at Clark Ford what you're looking for. They'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours, right to the bottom line. No hassle, no haggle. You get your quote. The rest's up to you. You can shop that quote around. You can do what I've done, what I recommend that you do. Let's hop into a Clark Ford today. 662-257-1900. Guest join on the Campbell Clinic hotline. From fractures and sports injuries to complex spine and limb conditions, the pediatric orthopedic physicians at Campbell Clinic in Oxford are the only specialized pediatric orthopedic team in North Mississippi, providing expert care for growing bodies. Visit CampbellClinicOxford.com to schedule an appointment or call 901-759-3111.
I know I'm shocked. I guess Paul Skenes was good again yesterday.
He is basically never not good.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's incredibly talented.
It's the damnedest thing.
I mean, he's immensely talented. 1.89 ERA through his first 45 career games.
Yeah, Ryan. I had that debate on that show yesterday. Was if Disney is a vacation or a trip, and I do think I'm kind of with you. For the most part, it is. I get some of the function that a vacation would entail mentally, but yes, you are moving, and it is hot. It is a trip. I'm not gonna argue with you there.
BWL says, why don't college coaches let everything be open? NFL has fans attend their camps. It's a great question.
It's a great question. The college game in general is more paranoid.
Oh, it's total paranoia. Now, they don't want fans there because they can't. If you open it to fans, you open it to opposing coaching staffs and such. They'll come scout.
Technically, yeah.
I mean, you just open it. If it's open, it's open.
They also don't really want that level of communication about what they're seeing and going on, even from a message board inside the fan base standpoint. They don't really want that. They are very paranoid, as is every college program in the country, about doing certain things that get out throughout their practices. I mean, even putting stipulations on us while we're just watching to make sure we don't film certain formations and things along those lines that, come on, has no bearing on anything at all.
And then a big part, as much as everybody loves to, I think, joke about this, I think it's now officially a joke. but they don't want you out there putting depth charts together because that creates transfer
It
issues.
is a huge transfer portal problem with depth charts. We've talked about this. It continues to be the kids, the parents, the whomever sees whatever, and then here we go, and it
Sure.
boom, 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 boom. Other programs see it and go, "Hey, you're not on there. What's up?"
They
You
make
wanna-
calls.
you wanna come do it here.
Call high school coaches, call parents, uncles, grandparents, etc. Hey, let little Johnny know he wouldn't be third team here. And then phone calls start coming, and now you're putting out fires.
Alexandra, congratulations. She says first time making the live streams. She had her kid about 2 months ago. Time just flying. Good to be back. I think you're in Texas, so probably hot out there as well. Hayden, currently I am running in Brooks Glycerins is what I'm currently using. I've switched around a little bit. I've tried 3 or 4 different kinds since I decided to stop putting tanks on my feet, and I'm currently in glycerin. So they're good.
I ran in Asics just then.
Okay. I don't leave Brooks. I'm pretty brand dedicated to Brooks if I can help it. Yeah, one more week before school starts here. I was just telling Neal that right before we got started. I have not looked at the specifics of Iowa State's athletics department budget issues, but yes, they have all sorts of crap going on there. We will hit that some point this week because I don't know, it'll pop up. It matters. Yeah, one more week till school starts. Summer has flown by. I know maybe we say that every time, but this one feels even more so. I've had more travel in July than usual. I typically only leave once, left 3 times in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I think, I don't know, just kind of different time getting away a little bit. How you feeling with the situation?
We're okay.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, he went to Europe for 10 days, and so we got a
little taste of it.
Yeah, we'll be fine. It's going to be different. I think we both know that. It's going to be really different. We don't have, I mean, it's first time in, God, I don't know, 12 years that we don't have soccer constantly.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, no weekends, and yeah, it's going to be different for sure. Good and bad.
Sammy asking, I'm going to make a post on the board. I'll do the big kind of Disney recap for people that ever wanted on the message board. So I'll post that at some point in the next couple of days. Dining report, the only big time dining we do every single year at the same, nicer, if you will, restaurant is Topolino's Terrace. Food was great as always. It's outstanding. The service was horrid, which is not a Disney thing at all. Typically, Disney has excellent service.
You know what's funny? Ryan Marshall says they don't want another thumb the butt video, referring to the Rich Rodriguez video that I took that year.
Yeah.
I have this from incredibly good sourcing.
I can track it.
It was Ole Miss that was worked up about that video. The coaches thought it was awesome.
Oh, but it was like
including the coach in question.
But it was the PR.
Per sources, very close to the coach in question.
Wicked, no, that's not true. I like Disney. He says easy Disney recap. Just don't do it to yourself. It's pain. Look, there are negatives, but I have a lot of positives too. It's not all one or the other. But yeah, I was really surprised by the odd service we had at that one restaurant because that is not normal.
Huh.
There's some differing, and we can have other people that were there later in the week chime in on this, but it took somewhere between 28 and 41 minutes to get a drink.
Wow.
Had already ordered and gotten apps before the drinks came. And then
or like sophisticated cocktails or something.
Only one was an actual cocktail. I ordered a Manhattan.
Okay.
There was a whiskey on the rocks. There was a glass of champagne. Might have been it from an alcohol standpoint. And the server blamed it on the bar being backed up, but we could see the bar. It was not backed up.
Oh.
And judging by the rock and the way that it had melted, I think he had just left the drinks on the bar for like 20 minutes.
Forgot them.
Had somebody at the table ask, "Hey, can you check on this?" And he went back to rolling silverware instead of checking on it immediately.
Oh.
He was visibly frustrated at us after being bad. I asked for a wine list about 10, 15 minutes after that, and I don't want to say he flicked it at me, but he sort of flicked it at me.
At Disney?
Which is I'm writing a letter today. I am. I love writing letters. I'm an 85-year-old man. I'm writing a letter today because everything else was impeccable. Got upgraded at one of the hotels.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. But
My brother Ryan was at Disney last week, and he at one point told me that he would move there if he could. That's what he said. He said, I would live here if I could. And I was like, why?
I am always amazed at the logistics and how they pull everything off. I am. I don't want to talk about the budget. We're not going to talk about the budget. No, it is expensive. Yes, there's no doubts. And there are strollers everywhere. Yes, but it's not the strollers. It's the motorized chairs that are in the way. It's not the strollers.
So the people that I don't understand, and it sounds like your server is one of these people, the service is his fault, and he's mad at you. I avoided a car accident this week by being responsible. I honked my horn at the stupid kid that almost totaled my truck, and he glares at me. And I looked at him like, I just did you a favor, man. I should have just let you hit me. I mean, after he glares at me, I'm like, I wish I had a do-over. I would have just kept going and let you just bash my truck. Because it'd be your fault, very clearly, right here in the front of the neighborhood. I don't think your dad would be thrilled at what you just did. You're familiar with my neighborhood.
I am.
He just came flying into it, trying to cut the corner in. Not smart. And then when I honk at him to like alert him, like, hey, champ, he glares at me. I don't get that. He should have been like, thank you.
Well, like I said, it is something that I was kind of foreign to because typically they go out of their way to do anything they can for you. I have nothing but positives outside of this one situation in server. And there was a 2-top next to us that was getting impeccable service. Like over the top almost at us to make sure they were taken care of.
Yeah.
And you know this kind of a personality. I'm very calm. I don't get worked up until I get worked up, and then I'm beyond pissed, and I can't calm down. And I'm having other people basically go, "Hey, you got to chill a little bit," because
Really?
he was like walking by, and I'm going, "Does it take that much?" I'm like screaming almost in this restaurant.
Oh,
like
wow.
I am starting to shake as it is happening. And everyone's like, "Hey, chill a little bit." Chill a little bit. It's gonna be all right, and it was. But yeah, a little bit. I do not drive to Disney ever. No, I fly. I don't. I'm a bad driver. I typically try to not drive anywhere over 6 hours. That's kind of my cutoff where I'm out. I would rather wait in an airport, and we had travel hell coming back. Supposed to leave at. We'll get into camp. We're just hanging out. We got all week. They haven't started yet. We're supposed to leave at 7:01. Told Neal most of the story yesterday. We were at Disney doing kind of a last couple things at Epcot. I'm a huge Epcot fan, by the way, number one park always for me. And I got an alert on the phone that he'd gone from 7:01 to 7:21. And as Neal and I discussed, that is an issue because you know that's going to continue to go up when that's 6 hours ahead of the takeoff time. They're not done at that point. And we figured out that there was weather in Cleveland that was keeping the plane in Cleveland from getting to Orlando. So we get to the airport, it's backed up to like 8, then 8:30, then 8:47, and then 9:01. And they ended up sending a different plane from Chattanooga that was bigger. So we finally get on the plane at 9:05 Eastern, 9:05 Eastern, something like that. And they come over the intercom in the plane and said, "Hey, hold on 1 minute. We've got to get a travel log of the passengers here, and then we'll go. But we also have to fire the second engine externally because the internal cranking, if you will, does not work."
It's always comforting.
That was a little concerning. He goes, "It's going to be a louder flight than you're used to, but you're cool. It's going to be okay." And I'm like, all right. So 9:30 gets there, 9:40 gets there, 9:45 gets there, 9:50 gets there. And finally, they bring on a sheet of paper. And I'm like, we have waited 50 minutes for a sheet of paper to get printed out and get brought to the plane.
It's probably an American staffing situation.
Well, and because multiple times people were coming onto the plane from the airport just kind of looking around. And you could see the flight attendants going from chipper to sullen as the hour passed, like, oh my God, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And
They probably had a staffing issue. But whoever didn't show up for work or doesn't work or could have done that job, we're paying him anyway, so it's fine.
so then they go get the engine cranked. You could hear the compressor doing the blowing the air into the turbine or however that thing works. I kind of looked it up because I was curious what that meant and the likelihood I was going to die in a plane crash was. And we get up, so we get the flight started. We get up in the air, and within 5 minutes, so this plane is pretty empty because, like I said, they brought a bigger one. So the 60 of us are filling a huge jet. Nobody is in the first 3-4 rows. I'm on row 4. So the first 3 rows, there is a pilot deadheading directly in front of me, 2 rows up on one. And then row 2 adjacent, there's a guy by himself. And within 5 minutes, he's trying to get the Wi-Fi to work, and he's becoming demonstrably frustrated.
Agitated.
Oh, God. Very agitated about the Wi-Fi. And he brings over a flight attendant, and he's holding his phone up and kind of shaking it at her and screaming that he paid for Wi-Fi and it should work. And then my favorite sentence, he screams, I demand to talk to the pilot. And I went, whoa, whoa, whoa. In my head, I'm going, hold on. Hold on.
Pilot's kind of busy right now.
I would like him to fly the plane with the engine that's broken. That would be awesome at this moment.
Piece of steel, 30,000 feet.
I guess
in the
let me
air.
back up. The first words we heard from this gentleman was next across the aisle from us was another family from Oxford, and my kid and their kid was talking and whatnot. And I could tell that my child was getting a little loud, and I said, hey, can you calm down a little bit? And as I said that, the guy goes, thank you.
Oh.
So he's already up in his feelings. So he demands to talk to the pilot. She obviously says, look, we will try to reset it at our earliest convenience to do that, but speaking to the pilot is not going to fix the Wi-Fi there, Chief. The pilot can't fix the Wi-Fi.
It's 10 o'clock. Take a nap, bro.
So then he holds up his phone and starts recording all the flight attendants as they're doing their job. He's just holding his phone up, recording everybody.
At this point, you're delaying them even hitting the reset button.
So the seatbelt sign goes off. He gets up to talk to another flight attendant and is waving his hands, explaining that he has to have Wi-Fi right then, and it's this huge problem. And here's what he was trying to explain to the woman. He's again asking to talk to the pilot, and I'm like, oh, I have no words at this point. I'm beyond. So he finally sits down. He throws a blanket over his head, starts trying to go to sleep or whatever he's doing. But then every time anybody walked to the bathroom, he would pull it off and like grunt at them as they came by him the entire flight. It was strange. I just wanted off that plane. Most people don't say this. I was so excited to get to the Memphis airport that it was holy hell. I mean, I don't know. So yes, I don't have an irrational fear of flying. I have no problems with that, but oh boy. I have flown into Orlando Sanford. I think Southwest goes direct to that airport from Memphis.
Okay.
I think that's right. Or maybe they leave. Yeah, one of the flights that I have taken in the past is into that Sanford airport instead. So, Ole Miss has had some players from Sanford, Florida. I remember writing that at different times. You don't recall that off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head. I'm sure that they have.
This person was around my age. I'd go early 40s. Late 30s, somewhere in there.
Just having a bad day.
It was something. Yeah. So anyway, that's the.
Just having a bad day.
If you guys have more questions, I'll answer them. But
maybe he'd been
recap.
at Disney and he was just Disneyed out. Maybe he was just ready to get back to.
Well, and then
back to Memphis,
and then he came through back when we were waiting on bags at baggage claim, and this is whatever time at this point, whatever, who cares? His checked bag was one of those big trunks like the kids take to summer camp.
Oh.
Like the big plastic.
Really?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, the huge big trunks.
Like Tupperware.
Yeah, the big ones that you take to camp. That's what he pulled off the conveyor belt.
Oh, dude's just having things are not going well.
I really wanted to ask him what was in it. I mean, I was just like, what the hell is in that?
Yeah, life is not going well for him right now. That's simple as that.
You think he was like fighting with a significant other or something and didn't have the Wi-Fi to continue the conversation?
I mean, it's possible.
Because he was very high. It wasn't. It was something that was emotional.
Yeah. No,
It wasn't like, hey, I really want to watch the latest Netflix series.
no, something had gone. Something was going wrong.
Yes, he did not know a podcast was going to note and recall this in a couple days.
No, he probably did not. You don't think he watches BlueSky Live on YouTube every morning at MPW Digital?
He might.
I mean,
You never know.
Get a lot of.
I tell you one more quick observation, and then we'll move on to whatever you want to talk about. Is I saw hardly any, and now look, most women and kids are in the Disney gear and the ears, and they dress depending on the park they go to and all that. But
Okay.
even the men, I saw very little college team gear this trip. Hardly anybody was in college team gear at all.
What were they wearing? Just stuff.
Frankly, just athletic gear for the most part, like nothing. I feel like in the past I have seen schools. Now there's lots of international people.
Mm-hmm.
Like a ton, way more than I have seen in the past. But because you could either by accent or just not speaking English. But I had one guy say something to me about I had a Saint shirt on one day, but outside of that, I don't even recall hardly seeing anything. Nothing.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, no. Saw somebody in an Ole Miss hat when we first walked into the first hotel the day we got there, and then nothing else the entire time. So, that's that.
I wear mostly nondescript stuff.
Do you?
Just plain, like you said, like athletic gear, just plain colored T-shirts.
Yeah, and I mostly had that too.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I think I had one Saints dry fit shirt that I had on one day, but outside of that, I think that's where I was as well.
I had a Bengals T-shirt, and I can't find it now. Is
it orange or black?
It's orange, and I can't find it. It's like gone, and I'm
gone.
I'm not going to replace it.
You're not?
No, I'm down to one Cub shirt. I only have one Cub shirt.
How?
I don't know. Stuff has disappeared. I think when we've had like donate to Goodwill stuff, I just throw everything in there and give it away.
You are correct, T. Well, Chase, they are giving their money to their local football team as opposed to going to Disney this year. It's fair. That's what they're doing. So,
I mean,
not wrong.
Could be.
We'll continue this conversation in a minute. First, tell you about Northeast Spark, the fastest, most reliable fiber internet option available, whether you're streaming the Rebels or connecting with family and friends. They offer both residential and business packages with speeds up to 2 gigabits. To learn more, register for service. That's nespark.com. NeSpark. Get connected. Stay local.
We're brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. Different names, same great people, products, and services. If you live in Oxford, Batesville, Tupelo, or the surrounding area, call Comer 662-801-1777. If you live in Hernando, Memphis, or the surrounding area, call Southern 662-429-4429. We are also brought to you by Lapel's Dry Cleaning, Oxford locals. Ole Miss families, if you need dry cleaning or laundry done right, Lapel's Dry Cleaning has you covered. Proudly serving the Oxford community since 2016. Lapel's takes care of everything from suits and formal dresses to comforters, everyday laundry. Even better, they offer free pickup and delivery to make life easier. Just call 662-638-3149 to be added to their pickup and delivery route, or visit them at 3010 Old Taylor Road, right across from the Mark Condominiums. Mention MPW Digital. You get 50% off your first order. Trust Lapel's to keep you looking your best. Are you retiring soon? How long should you wait to take Social Security? What accounts should you pull from first? Are you already retired? Should you consider Roth conversions? These are just some of the questions that can only be answered with a personalized retirement income plan. Andrew Sego Wealth Management specializes in helping folks just like you come up with their retirement game plan. Whether you meet at his office in Collierville or prefer Zoom from anywhere, schedule a free discovery meeting. See what they can do for you. It's rebelsretire.com. And we're brought to you by Arnett's Fine Jewelry. It's a fourth-generation jeweler located in the old Lamons Jewelry Building on North Lamar Avenue in Oxford. They offer expert jewelry repair and then everything in jewelry you could be looking for. Engagement rings, wedding bands, stackable diamonds, stone bands, pearls, you name it. They've got it at Arnett's. Great for gifts. Arnett's wants to be your jeweler.
I'm a little shocked by this. I say, Sammy, thanks for the text or the tweet this morning. He said I'm surprised it's this many. The Power 4 programs in 2025, they're returning their head coach, their quarterback, their offensive coordinator, and their defensive coordinator. There are 18 Power 4 programs doing that, including 5 in the SEC that have that level of continuity returning.
Coach, quarterback, offensive coordinator?
And defensive coordinator.
And defensive coordinator.
Yeah. Head coach, quarterback, and both coordinators. 18 Power 4 programs, including 5 in the SEC.
See if I can even come close.
The SEC schools, don't worry about the
South
rest.
Carolina?
Nope.
That's not one. LSU?
That is correct.
Texas A&M?
That is correct.
Arkansas?
That is correct.
Um,
And actually, there's only 4. You only missing one.
Florida?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Good job. No wrong guesses.
How about that?
Yeah.
Look at me.
Master of the national landscape when it comes to personnel. Siski will be so proud later on today when you tell him.
He would be proud of that.
Michigan State, Pitt, San Jose State, South Florida, SMU, Syracuse.
Is that
TCU.
usually a precursor for success, according to that?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's a marker. You're not breaking in a quarterback.
I'm not doing this
saying.
Texas A&M thing. Stop trying.
You started it like a month and a half ago. You were all in again.
No, I'm not. No, I'm out. I'm out.
They've got to prove they can win 10 games.
Like Nick Saban said, so stop asking.
So stop asking.
But there are a lot of positive things for them. There's a lot of stuff lining up for the Aggies.
I know. How you feeling with this finally over almost?
Oh, you just don't know. And you know more than most.
Has it been weirder than you expected?
Yeah. When you write for a living for 20-something years and suddenly you have no place to write. And I'm not one to go get on Twitter and start tweeting. Except to sometimes just be silly. And I don't do Facebook, really. So I have no place to write anything. So I've had to.
You just haven't written.
Haven't been able to write. Which is a weird thing when you write a lot.
I guess that's what I mean by time. It feels like it. I know for you, it's probably felt like an eternity, but these last 2 months or so have gone fairly quickly, considering everything.
I was busy in June.
It's frankly just kind of weird. I think Friday will bring a lot of normalcy, even from me and for me. Sorry, not from, but for me. And my muscle memory is so in tune with what we had done and where we had been for so long that I'm still sort of adjusting to competing against rebelgrove.com, who has taken our business model. It's an interesting dynamic mentally as I'm doing this. And I go, you can't speak. You're on a contract for 4 more days. But I don't know. I kind of step back and go, what the hell is going on right now? Like a little bit. I'm sort of having one of those moments and weeks a little bit as we get here. Speaking of the French basketball player, that was news. Chris Beard did not say he had been cleared when everyone wrote the word clear. No one wrote the damn word clear. Said good news. Okay, that is leaning toward that. Was likely going to be the case. But I'm not obtuse enough to have Beard say something in a press conference and then 2 days later go, sources. No, it would have been Beard said. Beard did not say. He inferred, or you inferred from him, assuming he implied that.
Well,
and I think he did imply that to some extent. He actually did imply that to some extent, but he didn't say it.
No, he did not say it. I was there.
He did not say it.
He did not use the word cleared. He said it was on a positive track or direction or something.
Good news. Yeah. We've had positive movement or direction or something like that. I forget the exact sentence. So just FYI. He still has to get his visa, which I mean, this is not even political.
Has he considered a MasterCard?
What's the major league and the commercial that it was American Express they held up when they slid into home?
Yeah.
Is that right? Don't ever leave home
Don't
without it.
steal home without it. That was a good commercial.
Didn't they redo it or something recently? Didn't they like mimic it?
I'm not sure.
Okay. The visa, I don't know how complicated that's going to be. Again, this is not a political statement. I just have no clue what is in line with that. I know more people that I have talked to, right or wrong, felt like the visa was the much bigger hurdle out of the two hurdles. That academically it was going to be fine, even though it had not been declared fine yet. So, I don't know.
I talked to a couple of people on, was that Friday night?
Yeah.
There was optimism that the visa was going to get done sooner rather than later. But yeah, it's, these things are complicated because there's stuff happening in the world. Turns out we were right to sometimes let political things stay on the board because the political things do impact the world.
Mm-hmm.
He's imperative to that basketball team. In the words of someone close to the program, if Ole Miss is going to be as good as they think they can be, he has to be part of it. He's a 6'4" guard who can play the 1 or the 2. For a team that doesn't require a traditional 1. I mean, there's nothing about Sean Padula's game that screams point guard, and he basically was the point last year for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And that's not a knock on Sean. He's just, nobody would watch him play and go, oh, yeah, that's a traditional 1.
But it worked.
Yeah, I mean, Sean's game is probably more keyed on him being a 2 than a 1. And yet they were able to do it because of the way that their system is set up. And I think Camerdine's game is different than Padula's. I'm not comparing the two. I'm not saying, oh, he's Sean Padula, but there are some, in terms of what he'll be asked to do there, I think there are some similarities.
You want to guess the 7 players who were in the Madden 99 club this season for the video game?
Meaning they give it a 99 ranking?
Grade, that is correct. The top 7 ranked players in Madden 26.
Patrick Mahomes.
It's not correct.
Lamar Jackson.
That is correct.
Oh, shit, I don't know. I'm not good at this at all.
Another quarterback.
Well, it should be Joe Burrow, but it's probably not.
It's not. There is a Bengal.
Josh Allen.
That's correct.
Okay. There's a Bengal that got a 99?
There is.
Oh, Jamar Chase.
That is correct.
Jamar Chase is a badass.
There's another wide receiver.
Justin Jefferson.
That is correct.
LSU was good.
They didn't suck.
Wow.
There's an offensive lineman. Plays in the NFC East.
NFC East offensive lineman. Man, I don't know.
He's a Philadelphia Eagle, Lane Johnson.
Okay.
There's a defensive end.
Probably not Trey Hendrickson.
You watched him in college.
Played for a team I didn't
An opposing
cover,
team.
correct? Yes.
That is correct.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not good at this.
Myles Garrett.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And a running back.
Saquon Barkley?
That's correct.
Okay.
That is the 7.
Interesting.
I did laugh, by the way, 6 string saying Ulysses Bentley. That was funny. Credit there. A little bit of news before we get into football and whatever else we're talking about. All 11 Ole Miss associated baseball players have signed with major league teams now. So they had 9 current players drafted. That was tied for the 3rd most nationally. Grant Richardson, the transfer portal addition out of Grand Canyon, was also picked, as was Coy James, the number 1 high school player in their class. The shortstop, he was never coming to school. He didn't even do the orientation summer thing that most of them do just in case.
Yeah.
There was no just in case. There was I'm going pro. And he set a record. He was a 5th-round pick that signed for $2.5 million. That tied the largest post-4th-round signing bonus in Major League Baseball history.
Who was that team?
Who took him? I don't even remember now.
Okay.
Let's see. I mean, I got a list right here. I put it
Someone
up
had
this
some
morning.
strategy there because they must
The
have gone.
Washington Nationals.
So the Nationals must have gone under slot on some of the first picks.
Yeah, for sure. They would have had to because they got that done for 2.5. They basically told him, we're going to pay you 2.5 and we'll draft you wherever we draft you. We'll get to you eventually. Chill out. All good.
Which is a great plan until somebody else drafts him.
Yeah. It's awesome until yeah, every time you don't take a player, 30 more people get to give it a shot before you get back to it. So we'll see what happens. From a money standpoint, Mason Morris pretty close to slot. Luke Keel pretty close to slot. Really proud for Luke. I like Luke a lot. $722,000 on his 4th round pick by the Guardians. Grant Richardson got $400,000. I put this on the board the other day. People will really overinflate what baseball players make out of the portal. It is nowhere near the money that people talk about, which is it's ironic because people undersell how much basketball and football players make. They make more than you think.
Yes.
But baseball players make less than you think. Most SEC schools did not pay a player more than like $250, $275 last year. The highest in the country was like $450. Maybe a $5 in there. Like there was a rumor at one point that Alabama's Justin LeBron was going to get into the portal. That would have been a 2-year premium infielder that could hit. He would have been about $470 to $500 had he gotten
per year.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Had he gotten into the portal. So the numbers are not what you typically think. A lot of people have asked me why Riley Maddox only got $10,000 because had he not been a senior, he wouldn't have been taken in the top 10 rounds. They did it just simply to save money to pay somebody like Coy James.
Right.
That was the whole strategy was you're only worth this amount of money. No offense to anybody. And here's why we take you here because we can pay other people with the amount of money we have available.
It's why I was surprised ultimately that Hunter Elliott came back because he won't have any leverage.
I mean, he technically has another year eligibility, but at this age, it's age was the reason why I just was curious.
Yeah.
Because Hunter's going to be 23 in a minute.
It was. I felt like this was the last year he would have some
real
leverage. I mean, because at some point people go, "Are you going to come or not?" You know, here's a donut.
And then I'm always surprised at the players after the 10th round who the clubs take them. And I guess you save money wherever you can save it, but $50,000 is not much to a club at all.
No,
it's nothing. And the number of players who sign after the 10th round that you can pay up to $150,000 with no penalty. And yet the numbers after the 10th round, Connor Spencer was taken in the 12th by the Cubs, got $100,000. Patrick Galley got $150 from the Red Sox in the 17th round. Braden Jones, $75,000 in the 18th round, and then Sam DeCoyan, $50,000 in the 20th round. So I'm always a little just interested.
Yeah.
I think that's the word more than anything else. No big deal. McCausland signed for $235,000 in the 7th round from the Guardians. That's close to slot. Nothing too crazy off there. And then Mason Nichols, $37,500, which is a very precise number for the 9th round. I don't know why that number specifically. Morris made the most, $897,500. 3rd round.
Good for him.
Good for him.
I mean,
it's the right decision.
Oh, absolutely.
In spades.
I mean, come on. I don't know how anyone could advise him to do something different. If you want to pitch professionally, go start.
Yes, Matt. Neal was running a marathon and missed that. Tunzel's face when we asked about Myles Garrett was really funny that night. He didn't say a word. He just looked like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I handled it. He had a hell of a night that night. He was so good that night.
Best college offensive lineman I've ever seen. Personally.
He got beat one game in his college career. He had a really hard time with Carl Lawson that day.
That's right.
Had a very difficult time with Carl Lawson.
Carl's a pretty good player too.
Yeah, it didn't suck.
Yeah.
Ole Miss dealt with him for a while. We got intimately knowledgeable about Carl Lawson over the years.
I actually went to that school and did a story on him. And the running back that was committed to Ole Miss who ended up at Auburn, I can't think of his name right now.
Peyton Barber.
Yeah.
Peyton Barber.
Yeah. It's a different era.
There was so much movement there late because you had Wilkins come over the other way. You had Peyton Barber. Had the linebacker that went to like Purdue or something, or maybe Eli Daniel. Is that right?
Elijah Daniel.
Elijah Daniel.
Didn't he end up at Auburn?
Yes, it was Auburn. Yeah.
He's from Indiana.
Okay, got it. Having to go in the Wayback Machine for a minute here.
Yeah. Just a different day.
It is a completely different era in every way.
I'd gone up to Illinois to do the Laquan Treadwell thing and almost went to Florida for Tunsil and asked Freeze, I'm like, I heard y'all got a commitment from Laramie Tunsil. And he was like, oh, no. And so I didn't go.
Yes, it was basically a straight trade, Barber and Jordan Wilkins.
Yeah.
And Jordan had a good career at Ole Miss, including that crazy year where they had him academically ineligible because of an advisor screwed up.
That was
a day.
I remember that day.
Dude missed a year because of essentially an advisor's clerical error on his graduation progression was what it was on. He didn't have the right credits to be progressing toward graduation.
Can you imagine? Somebody had a day.
Hey, Coach, so got a little issue. Need to run this by you real quick. Need to let you know. You don't have your starting running back this year. Oh, really? Get hurt? No. See, Joe down in the advising office, he thought this criminal justice class went here, but apparently it went here, and thus peace.
Wow. Man. I mean, I remember it, and I'm still blown away by it.
It was one of those baffling ones where you just went, this is real? This is real?
Yeah.
This,
yeah,
of all things.
And Jordan didn't even
real.
miss a practice. I would have been like, hey, I'm taking a week.
Oh, I give Jordan more credit than.
Yeah. I would have been like, I'm peace out for a while. I'll come back.
I'll see you when I see you.
I'll see you when I see you, but right now I don't want to see you.
Yeah, the starter. It wasn't like it was down the list here. He was the dude.
He was going to play a big role.
Oh, God. Tupelo says we weren't a serious program at the time. There was a minute there.
That's fair.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's a valid.
Fair. Yeah.
It's very much a valid thing.
Yeah. It's hard to argue. I mean, there was a long time there where it wasn't a very serious program. If we're just being perfectly honest, bouts of seriousness.
Oh God, Jordan was very much a solid SEC running back. Tupelo says would have taken him this year. Oh, you would have traded players for him.
Oh yeah.
God,
he'd be your guy right now.
And if you met this past year, you'd been in the playoff had you had Jordan Wilkins.
Absolutely.
Period. Not even a thought.
May have
won the damn thing.
May have. It's the irony of the whole Quinshon thing when you get into it is like everybody has a point. Like you can take that a lot of places.
I feel like we've been inundated with those stories at Ole Miss, especially where whatever you would like to decide, plenty of ammunition on all sides.
Yeah. No, I mean, you can make a very valid argument that they did the right thing by telling him to kick rocks. Absolutely. You can also make a very valid argument that had he been there, they may have won the national championship.
Yes. You would have made the playoff with Quinshon Judkins.
And then if someone said...
Jackson Dart was sick of Quinshon Judkins.
And if someone said,
true.
well, it's a little more complicated than that, you'd go, yep.
Very.
Actually, it's a lot more complicated than that. It's not cut and dried. There are human beings involved. And there were some of the people that you needed to play that they didn't want him around anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then people go, well, what if he had straightened up? Well, I mean, what if I grew a head full of hair? I mean, they're what ifs that probably weren't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went someplace where they won the national title. Now, he wasn't the key member of that, but he played a role.
Had a hell of a game in the playoffs.
I mean, there's a lot there. Mm-hmm. These things are complicated.
So when you Google Jordan Wilkins Ole Miss, it says 2014 to 2015, 2017.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was the 2016 season that he missed.
Yeah.
And that
so
team,
it was huge.
And that
last
team
year.
Underachieved.
I mean,
yeah.
because that was a weird team. We've covered some weird. That was a weird team.
Yeah, it was.
You went from blowing leads to Florida State and Alabama to having State hang 55 on you. 55. That doesn't get talked about enough. That night.
I know.
55.
I know. They lost at Vanderbilt in a blowout game.
They did.
Because there was no coffee in the press box. I was like, can I just get can someone find I remember the coffee situation. So the next time Ole Miss played at Vanderbilt, they had this coffee station. It was amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't bitch. I was just like, is there any coffee anywhere? It's cold and I need to write. And this is a blowout. And I wasn't. I think by that point, I think you and I knew that night in November. Matter of fact, I know we did, that this was the train was off the rails,
not sustainable,
and very few people fully understood how much the train was off the rails at that moment. And I think you and I both did. And yeah, a week later they lost by 35 points to State.
It was 35. It was 55-20.
And that was a Mississippi State team that was not good. They ended up going to a bowl game because of some academic APR
thing. It was the APR thing.
I mean, that was not a good Mississippi State team.
But even in that Ole Miss season, guess what, guys? Where'd they win? At A&M. Because, of course, they did. A&M.
Yeah.
Shea Patterson did that big runaround thing and threw the ball in the end zone.
And A&M was playing with like a third-string quarterback. I mean, there were signs that this thing...
A&M was ranked 10th in the country.
That's crazy.
10th in the country.
It's crazy.
Because after that game, it was like, hey, Shea Patterson next year is taking us to the Heisman, bitches.
Oh, yeah.
After that game?
There was Shea craziness.
And then 38-17 in Nashville a week later.
And it wasn't that close.
I don't remember that game much.
I don't think you were there.
I wasn't. Because I didn't go back until they had that the call late with AJ if he had caught the ball or not in the end zone.
Oh,
that year.
Yeah.
The maintained possession thing, whatever that was. So that'd have been 2 years later. I guess that was 18. Yeah, that was 18.
Yeah.
All right, fun times. We'll talk about this actual team here in a minute. First, tell you about G&M Pharmacy, 662-236-2222. They deliver locally in the Oxford area, and they offer MedSync. Fee prescriptions the same day each month and take care of you. One trip to the pharmacy, one delivery. You have everything you need when you need it from G&M. So change over. Let them help you out. Support local pharmacies with G&M. Again, 662-236-2222.
We're brought to you by the College Corner. They've got autographed footballs, autographed helmets in stock. Also got all the gear you need. 8 home games starting in less than 5 weeks. So you can get all your gear. They got all the colors, all the great brands you love at the College Corner. 2 locations in Jackson, one right here in Oxford off of Sisk Avenue at the Oxford Commons. They'll get you in and out, ready for the Grove, ready for Vaught Hemingway in no time. Also, collegecornerstore.com. We're brought to you by Argent Wealth. They're based in Ridgeland, Mississippi. They've got clients in more than 20 states. They provide detailed, specialized investment management, financial planning, retirement planning for individuals and businesses, and much more. At Argent, investing is treated like a commodity. Decisions are made using objective information and research, not emotions. So regardless of your level of wealth, Argent will sit down with you, listen to your goals, study your expenses, put forth a comprehensive, detailed financial and retirement plan built just for you. It's myargentwealth.com. And we're brought to you by John Edwards, Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. John's part of Virtuoso. It's a worldwide network of travel partners that allows him to supply his clients with added values, unique benefits simply not available to other travelers. Get in touch with him, give him some parameters, give him a budget. He'll help you come up with a trip that will create a lifetime of unique memories. 901-494-3387 or jedwards@regencytravel.net. Get the beautiful, healthy smile you deserve at Corinth Dental. Dr. Bubba McQueen, Dr. Jenny Beth Hendrick are devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of your smile using conservative, state-of-the-art procedures that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. From routine checkups to advanced treatment, including implants and Invisalign, Corinth Dental is here to help you achieve your smile goals. Schedule your appointment today. Take the first step toward a better version of yourself. It's corinthdental.com.
Let's introduce you to Tottsford, not Ole Miss, Oxford's brand new indoor play space opening here this September. Imagine a fun-sized walk of champions where your mini rebels can march with pride at Mini Grove, perfect for pint-sized tailgaters, and even double-decker buses with slides and endless adventures. Everything you love about Oxford shrunken down and designed for your kids and grandkids to play, socialize, and explore in a safe, air-conditioned, or heated environment. Perfect place for the next generations to make memories rain or shine. Until this Friday, August 1st, get a unique opportunity to become a permanent part of Tottsford. They're offering commemorative bricks for the Tottsford Walk of Champions. Customize a brick for your favorite little one and help pave the way for better play in Oxford. Leave this legacy with Totsfords.com. It's TOTSFORD.com to purchase and help build a place for your children to feel like a champion. That's Totsford.com. So let's see. We got camp today. They're reporting. We've come a long way from, it's been, this is, y'all are talking about Jordan Wilkins being 10 years almost out at this point. I was thinking Orgeron was back 05, 06, 07. But I remember I think he was the last coach where you went when the kids were literally moving in and like did interviews with the players. They literally brought the pillows and the sheets and everything to their dorm or whatever for camp. I remember that. Like, I think he was the last coach and era of that being, because I remember interviewing like Ben Jarvis and dudes like that during that, and then Ed would come over and he'd do sort of his first thing where he would change the rules every single year depending on what had happened the previous year. So it was either wide open or it was completely shut down, and then he would talk about how much he wanted to work with you, and then he would get all flustered and couldn't decide what he wanted to do, and then we started the year off on a great note. That was kind of how that worked, because it was like USC the first year. He was trying to mimic Pete Carroll and the wide open and whatnot. And then Stephen Godfrey wrote about Patrick Willis having something on his hand, and all hell went. Woo, boy. And then we did the thing that I love. It's my favorite media trope, maybe, which is saying something. Is we don't see a lick of practice. We go talk to the coach, ask him how practice went, and then go write reports on said practice. It's like, coach could tell you that
it's
anything.
It's the season of the word said.
Yes. I don't know that it happened. I know that he said it happened.
He said it happened.
Yes.
We're kind of there now, really. I'm pretty big on that word. If I'm going to write about practice itself, I'm writing Kiffin said.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
I wrote this morning because I was trying to come up with something for today prior to tomorrow when we actually do talk to players. And everybody's going to write, and look, I'll be guilty of it too. We're all going to write that, hey, here's how the portal guys have meshed with the returners, and here's what this looks like, and here's why we're all big one happy as we move forward. And the last 2 years it's been correct. In 22 it wasn't, despite the 7-0 start and the 8-1 start and all that stuff. What?
I don't know. I thought 22 they meshed pretty good. I didn't think that was the problem.
Kiffin, however, blamed it on that or has come back to that. And I guess my point is
the Auburn thing was a big distraction.
Oh God.
Per
everyone.
Per players.
He seems to at some point during camp tell you what he thinks one way or the other on this.
Yeah.
And he tells the truth on it. He won't bring it up if he doesn't believe it. So I do find that interesting with him, is that he will typically give you some version of what he sees in that area as you move forward, even though, again, every player is going to say they all went bowling and they eat at to dinner and they cook, and Simmons is going to talk about taking his offensive line to dinner and all that stuff, and it is what it is.
And the difference maybe now is that across the country, this is becoming more the norm.
So you're not an outlier anymore.
I think players are more used to just, hey, I show up and this is where I go and this is what we do. And I came here for money. Other guys did too. We all play football. We hang out.
So now we'll figure it out. Yeah.
It is one of the things about this year as opposed to last year. And I'm careful with how I do this because I think people assume that you're taking a negative stance, and I'm not. I'm literally just curious. That was a really close team last year.
They were.
If you wanted proof of it, it's that basically only Pooh Paul opted out of the bowl game. There was no reason for any of those other guys to play that game,
And they played.
except they played for each other.
Yeah.
Hey, let's finish this thing the right way. Would have been super excusable, honestly, for like Walter Nolan, for example, to go, hey, look,
And Walter Nolan played a lot of snaps.
I'm a first-round pick. I mean, hell, Jackson could have done it.
Oh.
And nobody would have said anything.
Completely inside his.
That didn't happen. And so I am curious, can you replicate that level of chemistry a year later? And I'm not, again, to emphasize, I'm not saying you can't. I'm just curious. How does that go about when you lose so many guys who were not only leaders, but vocal leaders? Do you replace them with a new set of leaders, or is it a team that has a completely different feel to it?
I mean, yeah, you look at this from the bowl game. I just pulled it up. Drafted guys. Jackson Dart played 67 snaps. Jordan Watkins played 65 snaps. I mean, had an NFL, like, he got an offer. Caden Prescorn played 43 snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive side, that's it. Defensive side, which is where most of the guys were. Trey Harris was hurt, so he was not playing, period. Trey Amos, 58 snaps. Princely played 41 snaps. Walter Nolan played 36 snaps in that game.
Mm-hmm.
36. Played essentially the game.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't crazy off from what he was doing anyway. Big East, 27 snaps. They all played.
Yeah. No, I know. Didn't have to. That's what I mean. I mean, that was a really close team. That was a close-knit group. They did a lot of things together. It wasn't lip service. They had a lot of leadership that you have to replace off that team. And that's kind of a thing that has to happen sort of organically. I don't think a coach can force it. So it'd be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Duplo, that's a good point. Daquan Wright could have sat out that game.
I mean,
What am I playing?
I mean, a lot of people could have. They weren't winning a championship. They weren't playing in the playoffs.
Played a team that even Duke knew they were about to get the hell beat out of them. I mean, it was not a competition in any capacity.
I mean,
Manny Diaz kind of went, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, yay. And that's how the game played out. What was the score? 50-something?
It was,
something?
I don't remember.
A lot to not much. 52-20.
Yeah, it was
not as bad.
It was not a competitive
not
game.
as bad as the Ole Miss team lost to State.
It's true.
Still 3 shy.
He totally got a pass on that. It's wild to me. Hugh Freeze got a free pass on that game. He did.
It's because they were in such dire straits and they had so many bigger problems than that game to where it was like
the fans gave him a free pass. He got a pass
because he was a year out of the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah,
his quarterback got hurt.
Yeah, boy,
his quarterback got hurt.
There was a love affair with Freeze. There was
until there wasn't.
And then there still was for a while.
Because our meeting in Ross's office that day, that was like 2 weeks prior to that. Because that was the day after the Cubs won the World Series.
That's correct.
Okay. Things starting to move a little.
Yeah, things were still spinning for me a little bit in the room.
They were.
Kidding, not quite.
I did have to come pick you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could not drive. There was no way. God. Oh, I know. That morning, Laura was like, "You cannot drive." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit. I know that."
So, anything tomorrow piquing your interest?
He's going to have to address a tragedy inside of his program that he hasn't really addressed publicly, to my knowledge.
Yeah,
I would think he's going to be asked about it. They have been very quiet about that.
Both sides of it. The obvious murder and the health status of TJ Banks and MJ Preston.
I mean, I would think he's going to have to answer those questions.
Banks has had successful procedures. I'm talking about him as a human, not a football player.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, the mental state of his team.
Oh.
I mean, they're the injury to Lucas, how that impacts things. think everything else has kind of been talked about. There's not. I mean, I would anticipate that it's not testy, but I mean, people are going to ask. I mean, you guys, I'm not really. I can't really ask him anything because I can't write it for 4 days. I don't. I think people are going to ask. I would think people are going to ask follow-up questions. You know, and I don't know that you'll get answers. I assume it's an ongoing investigation. Just, I would think there's going to be a lot of that. Everything I've heard about Haas is he's going to miss at least the first full month of the season, and probably more.
Yeah, I asked just a friend for general thoughts as an orthopedic and said 5-6 weeks into the season seemed minimum. Like, in a best case.
Yeah.
But that was best case. That was not norm or what could happen.
Yeah, I think you can count.
I think you're talking after bye week if you're just being real.
Yeah, you can absolutely count him out for the month of September, I would think. And then after that, we'll see.
I think there's a world where you're really trying to get him ready for Washington State.
Yeah.
That spot on the calendar.
Yeah.
However you want to do that. Because it's bye week, then Washington State, right?
I believe that's correct.
Okay. That's what I thought too, but I wasn't 100% sure there. The secondary is the biggest question. I mean, I don't know when we're going to learn anything, but you're talking about an entire new
It's a huge question.
Position group.
It's a huge question.
Even the guys that they go, nope, this guy's going to be awesome. They played somewhere else last year. I don't know. People are underselling just how important a guy like Trey Washington was to this program.
No
Played
doubt.
so many freaking plays.
And Trey Amos was really good last
year. He took
year.
a side of the field. I think that's been the most startling part for me even, is just kind of looking back, and you do it in the moment too, but looking back and going, oh my God, at the talent.
Yeah.
On that side of the ball.
Well,
they were so good.
It's I watched the interview between Paul Feinbaum and Lane Kiffin, and it was funny. It was great TV, all that stuff. But Paul was right. That was a team that should have made the playoffs last year.
They were a championship caliber roster.
Yes. Well, and you saw them when they put it all together that day against Georgia. They were an elite team. I mean, they were.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were a team that on that night, I remember in the press box going, do I write that this team could win the national championship?
Well, I mean, the post-game show that night, everybody went, hey, all you got to do is beat Florida and State, and this thing, ooh,
yeah, and
boy.
I mean, I knew they were a little thin at some spots because of some injuries and all of that, but you thought, well, maybe.
Yeah.
And, but at the end of the day, that team, with all of those leaders and all of that stuff, lost an totally inexcusable, unexplainable game. And it's why and I'm not talking about anybody that we compete against, but it's why when people do this, everything is amazing and nothing bad can happen. I'm like, well, that's not true.
Yeah, Kentucky went 1-7, and you were the one.
Yeah, and that game,
which is it's an insane sentence.
And there was the crazy play, on the 4th and long, that stuff,
and the Trey Harris fumble.
But those plays count.
Yeah,
turnovers matter. I mean, it's the part to me that I kind of want. It's not my job to tell fans what to think, but sometimes when people go, man, that LSU game, and I'm like, you got to get there first. You got to maybe pump the brakes. You got to go to Lexington and win. You got to come home and beat Arkansas and beat Tulane, and those teams. Tulane will,
and you should.
But Tulane's going to be focused on you. It's a free shot for John. He just got a quarterback from BYU who
is all right, at least. Yeah.
I still want to say something so sarcastic, but I'm not. I'm not going to do it.
Why?
I don't know. Congrats on the sex. So I got kicked out. See?
Tulane doesn't care.
No.
Not in any capacity.
That's probably not an issue at Tulane.
No.
But you got to beat Arkansas at home, and you should, and you almost certainly will. I thought it was interesting that the people got kind of worked up last week because of something an Arkansas kid said, and I was like, "What's he supposed to say?" No, they killed us last year.
No, we're going to Oxford. We're getting our
and we're going to take it again this year. And what's he supposed to say? I mean, I don't. Why do people get worked up about stuff like that? But what I took from it was, I mean, that's probably a game that they were embarrassed about, and they've circled. You're going to get circled some. You've been really good the last several years. You're
getting a mini version of Bama and Georgia.
Yeah, you're on people's radar. So, you got to get to the LSU game first to do that. There's just kind of these, I don't think it happens inside the program, but I think they're pretty locked in on day after day. Nobody's going through preseason camp thinking about September. You're just trying to get through today. That's intentional. But then after that, it's you do.
There's a grind to this thing for right now.
Yeah, you do, upside, downside. I think the upside's pretty high, but I do think I don't think the difference between 10-2 and 7-5 could be really minuscule when you think about it. A handful of plays.
It's the irony again, like you said. Last year's team was really close. They had great chemistry. They lost all 3 one-possession games.
Yeah,
they won 10 games by double digits.
Yeah,
or 2 possessions.
Played 3 close games and lost them all. A year earlier, they played a bunch of close games and won them.
Won every damn one of them.
Because the 2 games that they lost were
not winnable,
basically uncompetitive.
Yeah.
So it's just difficult, to we'll see. And the whole narrative that people are trying to do about this Austin Simmons, Arch Manning kind of thing is it feels so forced to me. I mean, it just feels like you're just trying too hard.
I don't really think the 2 guys are linked in any capacity, hardly, outside of being in the same class or whatever they ended up being. I mean, that was it.
And of course, Manning's going to get. It's 2 things. It's 2 things on Arch. Number 1 is his last name. I mean, there's kind of a pedigree there.
Joe Smith doesn't get the same.
And 2, it's the NFL guys, whether they're right or wrong, we'll see. But the NFL guys, and I'm sure a lot of other writers talk to NFL guys, NFL personnel people love Arch Manning. Love him. They're convinced he's going to be a long-term franchise quarterback. Now, Austin Simmons might very well be one too, but Austin doesn't exactly have Arch's pedigree, and so he doesn't get the same benefit of the doubt. And I don't think that's disrespectful.
But he's also getting a ton of benefit of the doubt.
And he's getting Heisman talk, for God's sake. I mean, show me another quarterback nationally who's not started a game yet. I mean, Arch did start a game.
Mm-hmm.
Find me a quarterback who hasn't started a game yet who's getting Heisman talk. There's not one. So he is getting a ton of respect. Lane's getting a ton of respect. Ole Miss is getting a ton of respect. I mean, it would be easy to go look at Ole Miss and go, first-round quarterback's gone, Trey Harris gone, Jordan Watkins gone, Caden Prieskorn's gone, Micah Pettis is gone, the whole damn defense is gone. 6-6. Nobody's doing that. Instead, they're going, you know what? It's Lane Kiffin. He'll probably figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's Pete Golding, who 2 years ago, Alabama people were like, get out. And now Pete Golding, everybody's going, elite defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting tons of respect. Tons of it. No one even does, though, hey, is this Lane Kiffin's last year in Oxford thing anymore? No one does it anymore. It's completely gone. I mean, I'm sure somebody does it, but it's not mainstream.
No, and that was basically his number 1 goal for Media Day was to knock that out and just talk about home, if you will.
Yeah.
I mean, that was his entire spiel.
And nobody questioned it.
No. Made some jokes with Firebomb about it and moved on with his day.
I thought his interview with Paul was pretty respectful, honestly.
Yeah,
had some fun with him, but I mean, they're just having TV. I mean, it was fine.
Yeah. It's okay. It's a mature Lane.
Well, to Paul's credit, he's figured out that the way to get Lane relaxed and stuff is not to talk about. Let's talk about your defensive line, and that's going to happen tomorrow. And you're gonna watch the life drain from his eyes. He just checks out. He's not going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Is this a surprise?
I was literally about to go, it would only be news if he were.
Shedeur Sanders not getting first team reps. Well, no.
Why would he? He's not going to be their quarterback.
What are we doing?
What I mean,
Thanks, ESPN. Cool. Thanks.
I mean,
it's like to me tomorrow going, hey, Bear State kids is not getting the same number of reps as Simmons. No.
no, no, he's not. I mean, it's only news if he does.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. All right. Speaking of SEC Media Days, our coverage of that was brought to you by New Albany Pharmacy and Solutions. Still appreciate those guys. They are located at 140 Fairfield Drive in New Albany. You can contact them at 662-539-7777. New Albany Pharmacy and Solutions, family-owned pharmacy with excellent service, wide range of gifts for all ages, as well as home decor, jewelry, and more. Tell me you heard about it from MPW Digital, and you get 15% off any non-medical purchase. They also got all those med packs, which right now not bad for people. If you got a little bit of a cold, got stuff going on, let them try to knock that out for you there. If you're in the New Albany area, they can hook you up. So again, that's New Albany Pharmacy and Solutions.
Brought to you by Parrish Brewing Company. They're located right there in the heart of Cajun country in Broussard, Louisiana. Parrish Brewing Company's simple goal is to make awesome craft brewed beer. They do it incredibly well. They got Dr. Juice, got Ghost in the Machine, Envy, Pescador, Canebrake, so much more. Wherever you look for beer, look for Parrish Brewing Company. Your favorite grocery store, bar, restaurant, whatever. Got Parrish on tap. Need to grab it. You'll be very appreciative, very happy that you did. We're also brought to you by Art Hayes, Sotheby's International Realty. Are you thinking of making a move? Put the power of Sotheby's to work for you as a licensed agent with Sotheby's and a supporter of all things Ole Miss. Art Hayes can help you buy or sell in your hometown or anywhere in the world at no charge to you. Seriously. So call and ask Art how. 612-805-5929 or email Art at arthur.hayes@lakesmn.com.
I'm going to tell you also real quick, just I didn't have it in front of me. NewAlbanyPharmacy.com is their website. It's a brand new. We got a lot of stuff there. It tells you all they have going on, including for gifts or pharmacy items there. Again, that's NewAlbanyPharmacy.com. So saw this morning from The Athletic. Thought it was interesting. Actually, a good bit of stuff in that publication today. Doing $140 million renovations on the Cotton Bowl just for the Oklahoma-Texas game annually.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. $140 million.
Lipstick on a pig right there.
Tulsa football coach Trey Lamb says they have to compete against the Oklahoma States and Kansas States of the world, and they have the money to do it, that they're going to get beat by SEC schools, but that they can compete with the Big 12 schools.
Okay.
Maybe. He's catching a little bit of flack right now for being so good at golf. Freeze is catching most of it, but Lamb's getting a little bit of it because he's legitimately good.
Like he qualified for something.
Yeah. He's real, and he's catching a little bit of flack there.
I mean,
they can be human, guys. They
can
be human.
I mean,
you get a hobby.
You can only coach so much football.
Yeah, but Freeze played 11 times in June. Did you see what they did on the recruiting trail?
Yeah, I know. Auburn's problem was that they gambled for whatever reason that the rules were going to be followed. I mean, there's irony that just...
I'm going to spend all year laughing at Lane's comment at Media Day. Looks like his golf game's going well. That's great for him.
Hey, man, there's a world where he gets to play a lot of golf in October. Just telling you. Lose to Baylor and Oklahoma.
Night. So what was interesting about this? Peach Jam going on. That's in Georgia. A huge travel basketball circuit deal. I don't know if it's EYBL or whatever it is, but whatever. Is it what is it? Everybody? What's the classification for Peach Jam?
I don't
It doesn't
know.
matter. Okay.
Everybody who's in a good place.
That's correct, yes. They polled 35 coaches across the different leagues. I don't know if they just asked them about their teams and what they were spending, what they were hearing. I don't know. But they came up with what they believe to be the average, they're calling it, I don't know if they called it. They called it roster costs, so I'll give them credit there. That's probably a good term here.
Okay.
Is roster
fair.
costs
Sure.
because it's rev share plus NIL. Because
Right.
remember, you got $18 million in rev share. Men's basketball teams on average are going to get about 15% of that. So when you start doing that math in your head, you're at 2.7 million ish for that number.
Around
These
3.
numbers are way bigger than that. So you have to have additional NIL to match that. That deals with Deloitte and all that. Whole other conversation. But we're not lighting matches. Here's just the numbers.
Yep.
To start this, I am told Ole Miss is spending give or take $9 million on the roster this year for men's basketball. Maybe a little over that, but somewhere in that general range.
I've heard a similar number. I've heard a specific number. It's in
I kind of have too,
it's
but
in that ballpark.
I'm staying there.
Yep. Okay.
They're saying the SEC is leading the way on average at $9.7 million
per team.
Right. Now, what's interesting about this and what I was saying is when you only poll 35 coaches total, if Kentucky is there, that's changing your math a ton versus Kentucky not being there. You know what I mean?
Sure,
so I don't know, because I think Kentucky's probably doing 12 to 14 or something. So I don't know where that lands.
Maybe more.
9.7 for the SEC, Big 12 8.6. It's a big number for the Big 12. Big 10 8.5, ACC 8.2, Big East 8 million, mid-major plus, whatever the hell that means, 2.3.
That's like the UABs of the world.
2.3.
Creighton.
And low to
Big East, never mind.
Yeah. And low to mid-major 525. Sorry.
Yeah.
525. One assistant coach at a mid-major says this is the year the money dump because of everything that's happening. We'll never see these numbers again. Now, what does that mean moving forward? We don't know. An SEC head coach said with the collectives being in question and all the details that are coming out about the settlement, I don't know what it's going to look like. However, an ACC head coach, and I think I agree with this guy, disagrees, telling The Athletic, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. The free market has borne what these numbers are. So you can't now come back and correct the free market and say, well, actually, this isn't the free market. What we determine is the free market is the free market. So, I mean, because they said an ACC assistant coach goes, well, okay, so this is the deal. A kid's making $400,000, but you're going to tell him next year you're going to make $200,000. That's going to sit really well.
So I'm in the middle here. They're right.
And I kind of am with you too.
Yeah. They're right. I mean, it's hard to. No one takes a pay cut happily. But if you don't have it, and I tell you what's coming, man, is the fight between some football and basketball programs where people just start going, "Hey, we're fighting for the same. We're fighting for the same people." You already hear a little of it sometimes from like football fans, booster types. They almost kind of resent basketball. I'm not talking about Ole Miss. It's in general. Probably applies at Ole Miss. I don't know. It's kind of everywhere.
I thought the entire time that any sort of NIL rev share situation has been in place that the most fascinating part to me is inside the schools where the money goes. How you decide what I'm winning at, what I'm not winning at, where I'm putting it.
Yeah.
With every percentage point mattering in some direction. I've always thought that was the You got some of these schools that come out and go, well, we just want to make sure everybody's included. It's like, okay, but good luck. I mean,
and if you do that decision where you punt on something, it's easy to punt on it until the moment comes when you pay for the punting.
Yeah, exactly. How do you get back?
Because then it's emotional,
right?
You know, you punt on basketball and your team goes 3-15 in the league, and everybody else makes the tournament and you don't, and now your fans are bitching about that because basketball sucks. I don't know how that works. I mean, there's only a handful. Like Missouri's punted on baseball, and if you think about it, in the big four sports, maybe even the big five sports, in order: football, men's basketball, baseball, women's basketball, softball.
Okay.
How many programs? So that's 16 teams times 5 is that 80?
Yep.
How many of the 80 programs are punting?
Straight punting?
Straight punting.
Not many.
I mean, how many SEC programs are punting on football? I would argue none right now.
No, you have degrees, but no.
But no, not straight punting it. Punting it means we're just, hey, screw it. We're
zero.
Out. Men's basketball,
Zero.
Men's baseball,
1.
Women's basketball. It's a couple, maybe?
Maybe.
And
Not really.
And in softball, everybody's engaged.
Everybody's good. Yeah, no, 0. Vanderbilt doesn't play. But yes.
So how do you make it, and everything else doesn't matter because you're not putting enough money in that for it to matter. So I don't know.
Your closest in football is State, and they're not punting.
I don't know.
They're just in an unenviable situation.
Yes, but Mississippi State has not made a conscious decision to, hey, we're going to suck at football. Forget it. No, they haven't.
They just suck at it.
They just suck at it right now.
Yeah. And they don't have a lot of very clear tunnel to not suck at it.
But they would like to not suck at it.
They would love to not suck at it.
Yes. As opposed to Missouri, who's like, we suck at baseball and we really don't care.
Yeah,
whatever.
A lot of Big Ten schools are giving to volleyball, I see.
Some of those schools don't give to baseball, for example.
Or softball.
Yeah, because the weather's whatever.
And I don't even mean like Nebraska, who, of course, gives to volleyball because it's a huge deal. I mean, just across kind of the Big Ten in general. I don't know.
I think the whole topic is fascinating. We'll see where it goes. We've talked about it so many times that I feel like it's just
blue in the face.
I'm just so tired of it. But this is the year that I am curious to watch attendance at places where they've lost a third game. Does it fall off? And that's not rhetorical. I'm not predicting that it will fall off. I'm curious.
Yeah.
And if it does, what does that mean? Because not everybody can win. And when you make everything playoffs or bust, and it pretty much is, there's going to be a lot of busting. Only 12 teams are going to the playoffs. The other 100 and something aren't. What does that look like? Grind had a super chat earlier. I didn't see it. He says, in your opinion, will the two best teams in the SEC be better than the top 2 SEC teams from last year? Will the 2 worst teams be worse than the bottom 2 from last year?
Well, I mean, they had a winner and another Final Four team, or a winner and 2 more Elite 8 teams or something last year. So that's kind of hard to say for sure better.
Are we talking football or basketball?
Oh, I thought he was talking about basketball.
Oh.
Is he talking about football?
I thought he was talking about football.
Oh, okay. That's a more intriguing question.
I don't know. And
I feel like on the top end, I think the SEC has more depth, but I feel like on the top end, the Big Ten's in a little better position football-wise right now.
And I actually think the teams at the bottom are going to be a little better than they were a year ago. I don't think Mississippi State is going to be as bad of a football team as they were a year ago.
I mean, just having Shapen healthy.
Yeah.
They're better.
Well, yeah, and I mean, might have the same record, but I still think they'll be a better team. I think Kentucky is likely going to be better than they were a year ago. I don't think Arkansas will be worse than they were a year ago, and there's reasons for optimism with, like we talked about at the beginning of the show, with the continuity. And then I think Vanderbilt's got a chance to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of with you. I don't know that I'm guaranteeing the top 2 are better, but I think the worst teams are better for sure. I think that's where I'm at. Mentioned for the show started, Mississippi Ties here. Connor Griffin, the new #1 prospect in minor league baseball, minor leaguer, as after former Ole Miss signee Roman Anthony, now with the Red Sox and no longer a prospect. So there is that. Ichiro Wagner among the guys that went into the hall yesterday.
Yeah.
We can discuss that as the week goes on if we'd like. So tomorrow, early show because I got to get to football practice. We've got that in the morning. It is beginning tomorrow. So we'll figure out times, but we'll probably stream. We'll be with you. We'll figure that out. And then the rest of the week as well, headed to Neal moving over on Friday, and then not far away, a little over a month from the first game, Ole Miss and Georgia State. So take care. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to you again soon.